Welcome back to the Grambling State Dynasty, guys. I am your host, Big C Gat Game. Before we get started, you know what we got to do. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. Hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG at Big C Gat Game. Well, our Tigers moved to 2-0 after another tough one, this time against Penn State. 52-24 was your final. It was close early, man. Grambling State went up by 1 point at halftime and then blew the doors off in the second half, scoring 35 points. Cody Walker threw the air 21 of 30 for 297 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he did have 3 more interceptions this week. He had better yards this week, but he's forcing a lot of balls downfield, trying to make up for the loss of Pierre Jackson. I would love to see him take care of the rock. You're throwing too many interceptions, Cody. Chill out. On the ground, career day for Eldon O'Connor, 20 carries for 155 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cody chipped in with 20 carries for 148 yards and 2 scores. And then we had Jackson and Harper carry the ball once apiece. The run game, dominant as usual. I'm impressed with O'Connor. I wasn't sure how he was going to handle the workload, but he did a great job. Out wide, Antonio Walker had himself a day. 7 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 15 yards per catch. It was good to see him get the ball more. It was good to see him actually get upfield and get a deep pass this time. He caught a 31-yard touchdown. So good to see A-Dub get some run this week. Mike Harper had 4 catches for 55 yards. Shout out to Thomas. He had 3 catches for 42 yards. And Mike Jones, he had 2 catches for 21 yards and a score. On defense, Antoine Nugent was everywhere on the field. He finished with 7 tackles this week, 2 for a loss. Also, big shout out to the freshman Cedric Turner, 6 tackles and an interception. Jones had 5 tackles. Mike Anderson had 3 tackles and 2 sacks. Davis and Johnson both had a sack in the game. And Wilkinson got his first interception of the season. So we dig a little deeper into the stats. Grambling State had 27 first downs to Penn State 16. They outgained the Nittany Lions 6-17 to 410. Both teams rushed for 320 yards. But we held the Penn State offense to 90 yards passing. We also held them to 3 of 10 on third down. My concern moving forward is this run defense, man. We are giving up a lot of yards this year. I got to look to strengthen that defensive line, get our linebackers some room so they can make some tackles. Well, that puts a bow on week 2. Now it's time to take a look at the polls. Grambling State is still your number 1 team in the country, followed by Alabama, our next opponent. They're coming off a win against Vandy. Florida's in at 3. Oklahoma State's in at 4. Pittsburgh's up a spot to 5. Texas up a spot to 6. Army's up a spot to 7. Clemson's up a spot to 8. Stanford's up 2 spots to 9. And Florida State up 2 spots to 10. No recruiting news this week. I am working on the recruiting special here this weekend. So make sure you guys ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. It's going to be a special video, so make sure you guys tune in for it. The Death Schedule 3.0 continues as the number 2 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide comes to town. Alabama is 3-0 on the season after beating South Carolina, Texas State, and Vanderbilt. Bama is led by all-world QB Mike Madsen. He's 6'1", 207. Through 3 games, he's thrown for 1,156 yards, 9 touchdowns with 6 interceptions. And we know that this kid is something special. He can run the ball. He's got great awareness. He's very accurate. He doesn't have that strong of an arm, but we got to make sure we get some pressure on him this week and knock him off his spot. And look at this stat, man. Madsen leads the team in rushing with 242 yards and 3 touchdowns. Brian Chase will be his shadow this week, maybe even Cedric Turner. Jeremy Hampton, the senior running back, he's got 18 carries for 121 yards and 3 scores. And the backup is Derek Wilson. He's got 17 carries for 99 yards and 2 scores. Out wide, Madsen's got a solid receiving core led by Lavelle Newton. He's got 27 catches for 469 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season. Gavin Thomas, another senior wideout, 5'11", 175, 14 grabs for 274 yards and 1 score. Hampton out of the backfield is third on the team with 11 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown. But then you have Joe Williams, the junior. He's tall, man, 6'4", 194, 11 grabs, 231 yards. Our secondary is going to be in for a rough day. I want Wilkinson to cover Newton, and the Thomas and Williams matchup is going to be tough. On defense, right outside linebacker Derek Calhoun leads the team in tackles with 23, followed by his linebacker mate Dustin Smith at middle linebacker. He's got 21 tackles on the season. In the sack department, not that many QB pressures this year for Alabama. Chris Ryan, the defensive end, he's got a sack. So does Shane Bonner. He's 6'4", 297 at D tackle. Then you have Calhoun with the sack, and safety Justin Chase and middle linebacker Dustin Smith split a sack. In the secondary, only 2 interceptions on the season. Both of them belong to Justin Chase. So let's dig a little deeper into this Alabama roster. We'll start on their offensive line. Brandon Wheeler is a 94 overall, and he's a senior at left tackle. Then at guard, Johnny Mason, he's a sophomore. He's an 80 overall. Up the middle, you have Lewis Camp. He's an 82 overall, followed by his backup, Ryan Tillman. He's a junior. He's 81 overall. At right guard is Greg McFadden. He's an 89 overall. But at right tackle, they are weak. Boyd Jenkins is a 67 overall. His backup is a 64 overall. And then their third string is a 62 overall. Dan Bird should have a big game coming off that edge. On defense, they're stacked. Left defensive end, Bobby Jones is an 87 overall. At right end, you have Chris Ryan. He's a 91 overall. Then you have Doug Johnson, who's a senior, and 84 overall. At D tackle is Shane Bonner. He's an 85 overall. And Patrick Williams is an 82 overall. Their linebacking core is kind of like iffy, but they have a true freshman that's a 79 overall. This is Avery Mackey. Great speed and acceleration. Up the middle, Dustin Smith is a 73 overall, but he is a tackling machine. But then at right outside linebacker is the captain, Derek Calhoun. He leads the team in tackles as an 85 overall. In the secondary, we're going to have our hands full. Spencer Murphy is a 92 overall. CJ Kelly's a 90 overall with 96 speed. Then you have Donnie Vincent. He's an 89 overall with 97 speed. And Clark Williams is an 84 overall with 95 speed. Then Vince Lake is an 83 overall with 91 speed. Very fast corners, and they can cover. We might be in trouble with the pass game. At free safety, Brandon Reese is not that good. He's a 72 overall with 79 speed. But they make up for it at strong safety with Justin Chase. He's 6'2", 198. A hard hitter who's a 95 overall. It's a battle of the 2 top teams in the country. Number 1, Grambling State versus number 2, Alabama. And Kirk is rolling with the Tigers. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. Hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG at Big C Got Game. And this will be a full game. I will be on cam playing this game. It's going to be a great one, and I hope you guys are ready. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.